Hi, I'm Rie. I'm a tasty producer. Today, I've been challenged to take a common food and make it fancy. Let's see what we are making fancy today. Doritos. I had Doritos before, yes. I'm a simple girl. I like simple sea salt potato chips. Doritos is a little bit too heavily seasoned for me, so sometimes I brush off the seasoning from the chip. It's been a while since I had this, so let's try. Oh. It's not bad. First couple bites is really good, but if I keep eating, I get tired. I think this is a little bit challenging because flavor is so strong. I'm trying to think how I can incorporate alcohol. I'm trying to think. It's a difficult ingredient to incorporate alcohol. Okay, as always, I'm excited to make it fancy. Alright, here's what I got. Green onions, cilantro, eggs, cheddar cheese, cherry tomatoes, half and half, black beans, jalapeno, avocado, steak, sour cream, pepper jack cheese, onion, limes, and tomatoes. From the pantry, I got olive oil, white wine vinegar, black pepper, dried oregano, chili powder, garlic powder, ground cumin, salt, sugar, and white wine. Alright, let's get started. Make it fancy. I have 1.5 cup, half and half. Simmer this. We are going to use a lot of Doritos today, so I got the party size. I'm going to use 2-ounce Doritos, and I'm start seeing a little bubbles. So I'm going to add Doritos and kind of break it down and steep Doritos in half and half about 30 minutes. 30 minutes later, and the Doritos is absorbing almost all the liquid. So I'm going to put it in a blender. It's almost look like a cereal bowl you left in the sink and before you wash it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So I'm going to blend this, and this is going to be a roux. When you are making roux, you have to use butter and flour, but we are making roux from Doritos. It's a little thicker than I want, so I'm going to add half cup of half and half. Now I want it to make it very smooth. Add back to the pot, make it simmer, not to boil. It's already look nice.
At the start of the year, we made a New Year's resolution. We are starting to approach the end of the year. Have you driven the freeway?
Okay, I'm gonna start with a short answer. No. I have an excuse. I have baby. I kind of get around it. Just take twice as long. We still have a few months to go, so ask me again. It's nice and start bubbling, so I'm going to add cheese. This one is cheddar, 2 cups of cheese in total. It's a little thicker, so I'm going to add half and half, a little bit more. I want to make like very smooth cheese sauce. When I first came and visit Los Angeles, my husband wanted to go Taco Bell and he wanted to try the Doritos shell. Okay, so this is the consistency you're looking for. And I'm adding 1 teaspoon of salt. Doritos cheese sauce looks great. We have more Doritos to use, so let's move on to next step. 1/4 cup of water, 1/4 cup of white wine vinegar, 1/4 cup of sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of white wine. As you know, I like using alcohol. Yes, bring this to a boil. Meanwhile, I'm going to cut jalapeno. If you have it, I recommend to use gloves because it will burn your hand. One of my worst kitchen injury was cutting jalapeno with bare hand, and it was very painful. Preventative care is important. If you don't like spicy, you can take off those seeds and pieces because that makes jalapeno very spicy. My pickling liquid is boiling, and I'm going to pour over the jalapeno I just sliced. Let it sit for 30 minutes, and we are going to use this for later. 2 tomatoes cut in half and cut in a quarter, half seeded jalapeno, 1/4 of small onion. 1.5 teaspoon salt and half teaspoon of cumin. 1 lime. So I'm gonna show you how to squeeze lime. So cut half and use tongue. So you don't need to buy, lemon squeezer or a lime squeezer. Once everything is kind of blended together, we are going to add cilantro so you can see like nice green speckles in the salsa. Once you add cilantro, you are just pulse or chop. This looks great, and we have more Doritos to take care of. Half ounce of Doritos and crush with hand a little bit.
They actually beat a Doritos commercial to space.
So astronauts can watch the
Not for astronauts.
for aliens? I have a lot of questions about that. If alien out there, please make this. And I'm going to put crumbled Doritos in a coffee grinder and make a fine powder. And I'm gonna add here. Make sure there is no big pieces. To the Doritos powder, I'm adding 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1.5 teaspoon of chili powder, half teaspoon of pepper, half teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of oregano. Just mix it up. 1 tablespoon of lime juice. Mix with fork. This is looking good. It's steak time. We have canola oil and add the steak rub we made and make it a little loose. We have New York strip steak. Just add the steak rub. Steak is evenly coated, oil in a cast iron pan. And we're gonna cook the steak 2 to 3 minutes each side. Has a nice sear, so I'm going to flip it and sear the other side for 2 to 3 minutes again. All right, steak has nice sear on both sides. We're gonna let the steak rest and move on to the next step. I'm heating up olive oil, about 1 tablespoon. I'm going to cook these eggs sunny side up. I'm cooking 3 eggs at a time. And I don't want to make edge too crispy, so I'm cooking over medium heat. These 3 looks great, and I'm going to cook 3 more, and we are going to move on. We have cherry tomato, and I will show you some hack to cut tomato in half. So you are going to need deli container, lid or plate, tomato on the one side, and another side you're gonna just put on top of it. If you have sharp knife, use the sharp knife, but bread knife works very well. Ta-da! I'm going to cut avocado. Just use spoon. I'm gonna peel, cut it nice slice, set them aside. The steak is rested. When you slice steak, go against the grain. Okay, those are looking great. Time to get more Doritos. I'm going to use up all Doritos left over. Party size. And this is the Doritos cheese sauce we made earlier. Doritos reunion, like meeting your old friends. They look different now. And beans, using 2 cups of pepper jack cheese. Load it up. Bake this in an oven 400 degrees about 5 minutes until cheese is nice and melty. Okay, so we got a lot of stuff, so let's assemble. Fried egg, add some steaks, just like scattered, look nice. Tomatoes, it looks very festive, isn't it? And I'm gonna go for avocado. This is everything I want to eat. Pickled jalapeno and salsa, nice green color, green onions and cilantro. Oh, it's getting so pretty. Lime wedges, and we are done. Party-size breakfast nachos. Very fancy. All right, here it is. I put as much ingredients I can put, and I'm so excited. There's so many components. Cheese sauce is really good. It's smooth and full of flavor. It's like each bite is a treasure hunt. Steak is well seasoned. Doritos rub gives a nice, intense flavor. It's very delicious. Overall, I'm so happy how it turned out. I recommend you make it too. If you do, tag me on Instagram, and don't forget to dance, make it fancy.